Good morning, everybody. If you're just joining us, it is Takeoff Tuesday, and this is your host, Keely Austin. Welcome to the Elevate Renatus team call. As of right now, we have 39 participants on the line. Our goal is to always exceed 100. Make sure that you're reaching out to your team. We do not want any ICMs left behind. Today, we have the privilege and honor of learning from someone who is very, very dedicated to this business. He's been involved with this business for around 10 years. Correct me if I'm wrong, Billy. And he is truly a product of the product. He is signing up guests left and right, and he is also doing all kinds of real estate deals. And, from my perspective, it looks like he's doing at least, 5 to 8 deals at a time. It's just insane. As soon as he sells one, he finds another one. Before Renatus, Bill was a pro skier in Vail, Colorado for 10 years, and he realized that he wasn't really qualified to do much else. So he got into the franchise business, and due to lack of knowledge, that cost him the entire business, and he ended up losing everything. In 2007, he heard about real estate investing. He didn't have education, and he tried this on his own. He ended up being upside down in over $400,000 during the crash in 2008. Around this time was when he found Renatus. He made 8 times more. Excuse me. He made 8 times more in the first year with this business than he did as a loan officer the previous year. And ever since then, Bill has done over 130 deals. He's grossed multiple 7 figures in real estate. He's currently a PIT team member, meaning that he's a President's Advisory Council member in training. That's awesome. And he's a marketing leader. We're super fortunate to hear from Bill Predebon today. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Keely. How's my voice?
You sound great. Thank you.
Well, that is good news. What is everybody sleeping in this morning?
Seriously.
47 of you on the phone. Thank you all for being here. Keely, thank you for that awesome introduction as always. It's an honor to be here.
You should have controls to the recording.
Oh, thanks. I don't know how that happened. Shoot. All right. So yeah, when it comes to finding deals, you're going to find them in your community. You're going to build your team, and your team is going to bring value to you. And Bob knew that from the beginning, and that is why he created this system that created local communities. And as you build your team, and as you create relationships with people on other people's teams, the deals will come, the money will come, the experience will come, the project managers will come, the realtors will come to sell your properties at discounts because you guys are all partners. The trades will come, everything will come. It just comes with a little bit of time. The more time you invest in Renatus in your local community, the faster it'll come. The more time you spend in your education, the faster it'll come. The more time you spend marketing the business, the faster it'll come. It's just a fact. So the last thing is, you guys all know when it comes to deals is you can simply rely on stories, right? You can tell my story, Christian's story, Dane's story, Michael's story, anybody's story that you know that's doing real estate, how long they've been involved, how fast they did their first deal. Even if it was 10 months, that's average. I just told Mary the other day, I'm like, the average person takes 6 to 10 months to do their first deal. I did my first deal in 6 weeks. I got lucky. It was a wholesale deal. My next deal, 7 months later. So I'm still in the average, right? It wasn't like I did a deal in 6 weeks and then did another, every 6 weeks from there on out. No. So when it comes to doing deals, and people say that, you never always try to answer a question with a question, right? And always tell a story. You can buy time by telling a story. Hey man, how's it going with that thing you bought yesterday or last week or last month or last year? Get your first deal done? How much have you made? Let me tell you this. I met this guy, did his first deal in 6 weeks. He made $12,000, split it with his partner. Really? Yeah. You know what it took him to do his second deal? Freaking 7 months. But over the next 3 months after that, he closed 13 deals and made like $150,000 in that time, right? I can't wait to do that. That's what I'm working on right now. And then the guy's going to forget that he even asked you that question, or she. You know what I mean? It no longer becomes about you. You know what that story did? That story turns their mindset over, and they start thinking about how fast they can do it, that they can do it better, that they, how much money can they make on a deal. They start to think about what's in it for them. What's in it for me? The Witham principle. When they see Renatus, when you get them to an event, when you get them in front of a video, when you get them to an event, when you get them in front of on your 5-star, when you get them on the phone with a three-way call, anytime you can do that and distract them, and they are thinking about listening to your story, and they're imagining this story, they're listening to what you're saying, and they're beginning to imagine it themselves, they could give a crap about you. They don't. It could be your brother. They don't care about you. They don't care what you have or haven't done. They're only going to care about whether or not they will do it, whether or not they can do it, how much they can make doing it, and what it's going to cost them. And do they have the time? How's it going to work? I want to know more information. They're going to start to care about those things. They're no longer going to care about how many deals you've done and how fast you did a deal or anything. That is simply an objection to something they don't know about. If someone said, hey, you need to go to the doctor and get that checked out. I don't ever go to the doctor. I don't need the doctor. Doctors don't know. Costs money. Blah, 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 blah. Right? We get that. It's just an excuse. It's because we're scared. We don't want to go to the doctor and find out we have some disease, or that we have to take medicines, or that we're going to be out of work, or any of those things. That's why we don't go to the doctor. That's why we say we don't go to the doctor. Right? It's a natural instinct. It is an excuse to not have to say yes to anything that's going to cost them money or get them out of their comfort zone. It's a fact. But the minute you tell a story, or the minute you say, you know what, my buddy went to the doctor and he felt the same way as you, and 2 days later he was dead because he waited too long. The guy's going to think twice. You know what, my buddy went to the doctor and there was nothing wrong with him. He had to take a couple pills, boom, he didn't miss work, he had the same symptoms, his arm was broken, he put him in a sling, boom, 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 he's done, he's back to work, blah, blah, blah. And then they're going to think, oh, it's not that bad. They're going to start to think about themselves going to the doctor, listening to your story that you're telling. It's the same thing, you guys. We overcomplicate Renatus because we're making money, inviting people we know or whatever. And so that's just our own crap that we got to get out of, right? We got to get out of our own ways. You hear that. We just got to remember that it's about them. And we got to remember, we got to have, Michael Burnoff is an incredible, in my opinion, just a great person that is a self-development guy. And if you're not doing self-development, if you're not spending money you don't have on developing yourself through books and leaders and mentors and coaches and masterminds, I think you're missing out. But, back in the day when I had no money and every dollar was tight, even I was spending $5,000 to go coach with these guys and learn from them. And so you'll hear that from every leader, I think, in the planet. Now, I'm not saying go get yourself into debt or anything like that, but when $100 could go towards a dinner, but you could go buy a self-help book or something, or do a 2-hour seminar or something, do it. You know what I mean? Network and go get some thing. But I can't remember what the heck I was saying. He said this. What did Michael say? I can't believe I went on that tangent. Actually, I can't believe it because I always do that. I'll remember what Michael said. I don't even know what I was talking about. Talking to people, helping yourself, trying to think, I can't remember. Maybe Keely can help me. Anyway, so yeah. Man, I lost my train of thought. All right, so those are pretty good questions. So it's 7:55. Holy crap. So how's everybody doing? Any other last minute thoughts or questions or any one thing that I could finish on? Otherwise, I will finish with this. The regionals. I mentioned this last night in 5 minutes. I was given the opportunity to talk about this week's regionals starting in Scottsdale. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to be on the pit team so I can train. That's not why, but, and so they asked me to train at our event here that we're hosting. So I'm grateful and honored to do that, and fortunate and blessed. And so I was called out last night on our team call to just kind of answer a couple questions. Number one is, why would you still keep marketing for the regional, and how important that is? And then number two was, what are you going to get at the regional? Here's the thing. Number one is market for this regional. You can use the regional as an excuse to invite people that you've already invited, or to just throw caution to the wind. Like all the other meetings, right? We set them up, the property tours, the introductions and stuff like this, and the cash flow. And we kind of have a little fear in it, and we invite somebody, and we're trying to get that intrigue, and we're trying to make it happen, and we're trying to say the right thing, and invite them the right way, and coordinate the schedule, right? But we know in our minds that there's always another event. They're going to have an excuse. There's always another opportunity. They don't know that, but we know. Listen to this. There is no other opportunity. The regionals is it. So you could plan for your regional, right? Which regional are you going to, or which regionals are you going to? And then you plan for it. And so you call anybody up and you go, listen, get this out of your schedule. I don't care what it is. You don't want to miss this. You're crazy if you do. The crap ton of money that's going to be in that room is crazy, or whatever. The real estate, the marketing, the business, the networking, you've got to see this training. And you just throw it all out there, and you invite them in a different format. You blame it on the regional. You allow the regional to be your excuse, to be blunt, and to just, it's a one-time deal. You don't want to miss this. Once it's there, it's gone. There's a scarcity mindset to this regional and everything like that. So you can just throw that out there. You can throw caution to the wind when it comes to inviting people to this regional. And you just tell them what it is about, after they, you ask a question, and then you are booking them to this event. You just keep going and keep inviting anybody and everybody that you haven't talked to in forever. And you'll book people to this regional. Number two is, and I mean the Thursday night, and then maybe they'll come on Friday and Saturday or whatever. Number two is for you and going to the regional yourself. And I joke around when I say this. Thanks, Raphael. And I'll finish up. I got a couple minutes, you guys. I'll respect your time, of course, and I got to run to the gym. But the thing is that you've all heard it before. You've heard the same training, the same thing said, building for events, the 4 money-making activities, the 4 core beliefs. How do you do a follow-up? How are you doing social media? What do we have to offer? What's going on? The Helios and all this stuff, right? So you've been there, you've done that. If you're brand new, of course, you're going to go. But here's the thing. There is no question that if you go with an open mindset, and you go with the mindset and a desired outcome, one that you will learn something from somebody, and most likely something from everybody. You're going to hear the same stuff. But all of a sudden, something's going to change. You're going to hear it differently. You're going to be wearing different clothes. You're going to be thinking differently. Something will make an effect. And the regional, it's the best of the best. It's the best of the best of the best. It's Top Gun. Those are going to be the people up on top of the room, in front of you, giving their heart to you and letting you know how they got where they are, based on the systems that Bob created. And he's going to be there himself to teach you those systems. Right? To reinforce what you've known for 1 year, 1 month, 10 years. Doesn't matter. Thanks, Keely. This regional, these regionals, every year, you will settle in your seat, and you will see something differently. You will hear something that will impact your life and your marketing business and someone else's life in the near future. It's not going to be Monday or Tuesday. You're not going to go out and change lives and enroll 10 people. But it will get into your subconscious, and you will remember some of the things that you're taught, that you've heard over and over and over again, but they will make a difference to you, because it's coming from the best of the best that are actually practicing what they preach, and they're sharing their knowledge with you. Awesome. Noreen, thank you very much. I love it. You guys give me the energy and the inspiration. I tell you, I'm grateful to be on this call. I'm glad we got up over 60 people. I can't believe we're not at 100 with my calls, but that's just me being conceited. I'm just kidding. You guys, I love you. It's 8 o'clock. I'll type in my number one more time. 760-533-3141. That is my cell phone number. You are welcome to text me or call me. Again, it's crazy busy this week. The last few weeks, closed 3 deals, bought another deal. Some guy paid me $21,000 to buy his house from him. It was really cool. Look it up on Facebook. And you guys, Ashley, you're welcome. Eloy, you're welcome. Nick, you guys, love you guys. Thanks for everything. I'm glad it helped. You guys helped me by bringing out these questions. Get to your regional, register for regional. If you have a financial problem with regionals, get with your 5-star, figure it out. Make it happen. It'll be the best sacrifice you make, even over some of the investment you've made with Renatus, all right? You guys, thanks. I'm going to end the call. It is 8 o'clock. Make it a great Tuesday. Make it happen. I'll see you guys at Scottsdale Regional and Chicago Regional and wherever else I'm going. Talk to you soon. Love you guys. Thanks.